Now to bleed your clutch while you're under the car, there's a fitting that sticks out right here. You're going to want to loosen that. That is a 8 millimeter. You're going to want to loosen it probably 1 or 2 full turns. That way it opens it up pretty well. You're going to stick your pan underneath of it. Keep your 8 millimeter wrench under here. And now we go back up to the engine bay. Now when you come up in the engine bay, you can remove your clutch master cylinder reservoir cap. And for the fluid that we use in here, you can use any DOT 3 or .3 fluid. I actually like to use a genuine OEM Honda brake fluid because that's what the manufacturer used. That's what I'll use. And the method that I'm using to bleed this is called gravity bleeding. Since there's a reservoir up here, this isn't complicated like a brake system where you have an ABS unit where all the brake fluid goes through. This is just a single line that goes straight down. So these gravity bleed very easy. You want to fill the reservoir up as far as you can get it without spilling it. And now we wait. You'll see the fluid slowly going down. This is actually real time. I'm not going to fast forward this. You can actually see it's dropping at a pretty quick rate. The fluid's actually going down through the master cylinder, filling up the lines and pushing all the air out. Now when you're doing this, you're going to want to keep this full. That way no air goes back down, because then it's going to have to push that air bubble all the way down the lines out the slave cylinder. So you always want to keep this full when gravity bleeding. Periodically you want to come down underneath. I don't know how well you can see this, but there's fluid already dripping out. I'm gonna go up and check the reservoir. I'm gonna top this off quick, and then we can go down and tighten up that 8 millimeter. Here you can see fluid coming out, nice steady stream, no air bubbles. Put the camera down here, and then you're going to want to snug this up. Alright, now no brake fluid's coming out. Get some of this fluid off my hands, that way I don't touch the camera and my interior. Just to double check, there's still fluid in here. Now what I like to do, I like to go and sit in the interior, and I like to pump the pedal a couple times here. That way you can feel the pressure building up. Now, first couple pumps, there's not going to be much pressure, and I can feel the pressure building up. It got the air past the cylinder. It's actually a very noticeable, nice smooth clutch pedal feeling now. Before, it would feel like it was a spring effect and it would stick. Alright, I'm going to repeat this process one more time. I'm going to gravity bleed it just one more time, see if any more air comes out, and we should be done. Alright, I just finished gravity bleeding it the second time. The pedal pressure feels nice and smooth. One of the last things I like to do when I'm doing a job like this, after it's bleeding, you see all the driplets of brake fluid coming off. I like to spray everything with brake parts cleaner. That way it gets everything off. All the fittings and joints, anywhere there's brake fluid, I always like to wipe everything off. Alright, it's personal preference. I like to have my cars clean. I like to do nice work. Clean everything up where I've touched. That way there's no oil, fingerprints. It's the little things, small details. Now everything's nice and clean. Got the new clutch line installed, a new master cylinder. Now we can take the car off the ground and take it for a test drive.